Plateau State government declares 1 week of mourning over attacks. Police to investigate abduction of local government chairperson in Nasarawa State. And Sanwo-Olu orders arrest of Okada riders for traffic law violation along Lagos-Badagry Expressway. Hello and welcome to News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I'm Simisola Achigun. The Plateau State government has declared a 1 week mourning over the recent attacks where about 200 persons were killed and scores wounded in separate attacks in the last 2 weeks in the North Central State. Governor Caleb Mutfwang, who disclosed this during his New Year broadcast, declared January 1st to 8th, 2024 as days for mourning as a mark of honor for the memory of the deceased. The governor also appealed to Muslim clerics to dedicate Friday, January 5th, 2024, and Christian clergies to devote Sunday, January 7th, 2024, as special prayer days for lasting peace to return to the Plateau. He further urged citizens to use these days for intense prayers against enemies of the state. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, says the harmonious relationship between the Senate and the House of Representatives, plus the determination to see that President Bola Tinubu succeeds, is the reason the National Assembly worked tirelessly to see that the 2024 budget was passed on the last day of 2023. Speaking with journalists in Abuja, the chairman of the legislative arm of government believes that the business of governance can now go unhindered in the new year, as the budget has now been passed for a new financial year.
If we delay the budget, then people will not know which area to invest in. And moreover, it will also help us to take off to be able to meet the first quarter, second quarter, and the normal quarterly releases. It will help in planning, and it will stabilize the economy from day one, and it will give a sense of direction to the government. And for the National Assembly, it will also help us in terms of oversight functions, so that we don't, extend the period that we should have been doing oversight. And particularly for areas in the south, the rainy season is about 9 months or thereabout, and the dry season. So there are areas of construction. There are times of construction, and so construction will commence immediately from January. So we'll be able to get that window of January, February before the rain start again in the month of March. So this is very important for the development of Nigeria, and it's also very important for stabilization of the government.
In Nasarawa State, the police command says it is investigating the abduction of the chairman, Akwanga local government area of the state, Safiyanu Isa Andaha, by gunmen. The chairman was reportedly kidnapped around 8:30 p.m. on Monday. DSP Rahman Nansel, the police public relations officer, revealed the State Commissioner of Police, Umar Nadada, had mobilized personnel to go after the hoodlums and rescue the chairman and one other kidnapped person. Nansel urged members of the public, especially people from villages in the area, to provide the police with useful information that will lead to the rescue of those abducted and the arrest of the perpetrators. Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Education, has announced the suspension of accreditation of degree certificates from Benin Republic and Togo, pending the outcome of an investigation that would involve the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria and the two countries. The Director of Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Education, Augustina Obilo Duru, made the announcement on Tuesday. Obilo Duru added that the government is against some Nigerians who deploy nefarious means and unconscionable methods to get a degree with the end objective of getting graduates job opportunities for which they are not qualified. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has ordered the arrest of motorcyclists, also known as Okada riders, plying one way along Lagos-Badagry Expressway. The governor, who was on his way to the Lagos State University LASU Ojo, came down from his vehicle to effect the arrest of the motorcyclists who left their motorcycles and passengers and ran away upon sighting the convoy of the governor. One of the arrested motorcyclists is alleged to be a lance corporal in the Nigeria Army.
Who's in there? Then your father come and arrest you.
I'm a soldier, Augusta.
That's even the more reason. That's even the more reason I'm going to lock you up. That's even the more reason. You're telling me you're a soldier. That's even the more reason. I'm going to lock you up. Get out of there.
Sorry, sir.
Get in down there.
Very sorry, sir.
Useless boy, you're telling me you're a soldier. Just take 4 of them.
Get in there.
Yeah, lock him up. Telling me he's a soldier. Put him there.
Siminalayi Fubara has assured the people of the state that he will not throw them under the bus in his fight against political opponents who seek to dethrone him. Speaking at the church service to usher in 2024 in Port Harcourt, Fubara tells an excited congregation that his political traducers have failed to take away the red pen, which is symbolic of authority used in signing state documents from him. Governor Fubara had been involved in a power tussle with his predecessor, the Minister for Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, which took the intervention of President Bola Tinubu to resolve the political crisis.
I want to urge every one of us here, don't be frightened. What they want is this red biro. Stay with me. We are the winner because we are still signing the red biro. And so long as we are signing the red biro, development will continue in Rivers State. 2024 will witness a height, unprecedented height in our state. The only thing we are asking from every one of you is your support, is your prayers. Also believe in every decision that we take. We are not going to throw any of you under the bus. I wasn't the governor when I used to stand for you. So now that I'm the governor, I will stand for you.
In 2023, Nigeria experienced another transition from one government to another for the third time in her 24 years of democratic dispensation. The presidential election, which is believed to be the most strongly contested in the history of the country, having thrown up 3 major candidates from the 3 major tribes in the country, became the talking point for the most part of the year. Meanwhile, some Nigerians believe that politicians and political party establishments are yet to provide effective leadership or stable governance in the year 2023. This report captures major events that shaped Nigeria's political landscape in 2023. The word tension does not even do justice to the description of the build-up to the 2023 general elections, which were held between February 25 and March 11, as courts across the country became overwhelmed with pre-elections and post-primaries issues, testing the nation's electoral laws. Despite worsening insecurity and threats from multiple armed groups, which many had feared would disrupt the peaceful conduct of the polls, the 2023 Nigerian elections presented a watershed moment in the country's democratic history. 18 candidates from 18 political parties contested the presidential election, but the contest, which began as a 4-horse race between Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC), Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party, narrowed to 3 leading candidates as the D-Day drew near.
When you look at the comparison, I think the 2023 election, in comparison to the recent past or distant past, if you will, there are a lot of things that actually played out. Peter Obi brought in a new dimension that actually brought in youth interest. When Obi came, and Obi now build a bridge between the old and the new. And so he remained in the middle. So, and then what he was also preaching, before then, we've always had this money politics that you have to spend money before people can rally support around you. But Obi came with the no shishi mantra. And then they just feel that he represented a new order. So that's exactly part of what brought in those differences we saw. Then the Kwankwaso is not actually an it's not actually a new person. Kwankwaso is an old horse, even though this time around, of course, he was able to muzzle some political support, and then he rattled some feathers, politically speaking, up north over there. And then, unlike before, he was able to win one state. So, in the preliminary, these are some of the ways I think the previous elections and this past one are different.
That Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
The highlight of the presidential election was the victory of former Lagos State Governor and national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, who polled a total of 8,794,726 votes, accounting for 37% of the total valid votes cast. His declaration as the winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, was disputed by the opposition parties, who took their grievances to court, shifting the battle to the judiciary to mediate upon. For 6 months, the legal counsels to the presidential candidates of the PDP, LP, and APM engaged in a legal crossfire from the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to the Supreme Court to see that the pronouncement of Bola Tinubu as the winner of the February 25 election is nullified. In the end, the Supreme Court upheld the ruling of the appeal court that a presidential candidate does not need to get at least 25% of vote in the Federal Capital Territory FCT, among others, to be declared as Nigeria's president.
Right before the litigation in the lower court, the Supreme Court had laid to rest that no specialty will be attached in any manner, in any way, in respect of any issue raised in the law of Nigeria or Constitution of Nigeria that gives Abuja any preference over certain acts. The Supreme Court had made profound findings of facts on this issue that Abuja does not enjoy any privilege.
The election remains the most competitive one, giving us a clear scenario of the Shagari Awolowo Azikiwe's case in 1979.
This time around, what marked us differently was that we were a bit much more open. I mean, it has to be my turn. So it was, in my mind, an outcome that indicated lose here, lose there, gain here, lose there, and a strategist in the mode of Bola Tinubu went for the divide and rule kind of situation that he found, and he made the best of it.
At the sub-national level, it wasn't a smooth sail for governors who were seeking re-election and those who were first-timers in the March 11 gubernatorial elections conducted in 28 states of the country. However, some of the elected governors have had to defend their electoral victory in court as opponents challenged their mandate, which has led to the removal of some and the affirmation of others till date. Our X-ray of politics in 2023 will be incomplete without the power tussle which played out in some states. While in Edo State, calm returned to the government house after the governor and his deputy decided to sheath their swords over succession plan. It took the president to intervene in the political crisis in Ondo and Rivers State for calm to return, a mediation which President Tinubu has been strongly criticized for.
if I choose you as somebody, you must become answerable to me everywhere. I am your be all, I am your end all. So that's exactly where it is. So they choose you, and when they choose you to represent their interests, you must bow to them, you must bow to them, you must bow to their whims and caprices. You must also worship in their political shrine for you to be able to do well. If you fail to do that, then they start hounding you, they start haunting you, and that's exactly what now happened. They now orchestrate all manner of criminal allegations against you before you now get kicked out and all that.
Despite all the modifications that Nigeria's electoral process has undergone since 2015, Nigerians still worry about the integrity of the process.
I think, in my mind, the perception out there that that election that was conducted by INEC was not the one that met the overall yearnings of Nigeria.
Election monitoring groups say no fewer than 21 persons died from electoral violence in 2023. Analysts have concluded that Nigeria's democratic system is fragile and needs nurturing, guidance and protection to enable it to grow for the benefit of all stakeholders, not only in the country, but also the region and the continent. Simisola Atiku, TV 360 News. We'll go on a break, but coming up in the news, Dangote Refinery gets another 1 million barrels of crude oil. Stay with us for details.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
Wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Welcome back. Let's take you through our top stories. The Plateau State government has declared a one-week period of mourning over the recent attacks where about 200 persons were killed and scores wounded in the last 2 weeks in the north-central state. Governor Caleb Mutfwang, who disclosed this during his New Year broadcast, declared January 1 to 8, 2024 as days for mourning as a mark of honor for the memory of the deceased. The governor also appealed to Muslim clerics to dedicate Friday, January 5, 2024 and Christian clergy to devote Sunday, January 7, 2024 as special prayer days for lasting peace to return to Plateau State. The Nasarawa State Police Command says it is investigating the abduction of the chairman, Akwanga local government area of the state, Safiyanu Isa Andaha, by gunmen. The chairman was reportedly kidnapped around 8:30 p.m. on Monday. DSP Raman Nansel, the police public relations officer, revealed the state commissioner of police, Umar Nadada, had mobilized personnel to go after the hoodlums and rescue the chairman and one other kidnapped person. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletins or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the president of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On Digi360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, and use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
Digi360, dissecting the issues.
Business, the Dangote Petroleum Refinery has received a fresh 1 million barrels of crude oil, which is the 4th consignment to be delivered to the Dangote facility out of the 6 million barrels of crude oil. It is the world's largest single-train refinery supply at the Bonny Light crude oil supplied by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited. Speaking on the receipt of the consignment, Managing Director, Dangote Port Operations, Akin Omole, added that the 650,000 barrels per day capacity Dangote refinery can meet the 100% of Nigeria's requirement of all refined petroleum products, including petrol, diesel, kerosene, and jet fuel, and also has a surplus of each of these products for export. Still on business, the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment will spend the sum of 2.5 billion naira in 2024 for the procurement of furniture and new fittings, creation and partitioning of new offices, trade intelligence, as well as investment promotion, image rebranding, and road shows. According to an analysis of the recently signed 2024 appropriation bill, the ministry plans to spend the sum of 500 million naira on investment promotion, image rebranding, and road shows. Another 500 million naira is earmarked for the procurement of office furniture and fittings, while an additional 500 million naira will be spent on creating new offices and partitioning at the new FMIT headquarters building. On the foreign scene, Russia on Tuesday rained missiles across Ukraine, killing 4 people and injuring dozens, while 250,000 people in Kyiv were left without power in near-freezing temperatures. Authorities in Kyiv say missile attacks caused fires in a supermarket building, homes, and a market. The Ukrainian Air Force says Russia was launching Kinzhal missiles and more were heading towards the capital as well as towards the south and west. The attacks come a day after Russian President Vladimir Putin said his army would intensify strikes in response to Ukrainian shelling of the city of Belgorod. Well, up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Popular Nollywood actor Kuleremi has ushered in the new year with the announcement of his marriage to his lover Tiri. the Anikulapo actor made the announcement of his official Instagram page on January 1st, 2024, while posting adorable pictures of himself and his wife. Kunle shared 3 photographs with captions that explained each slide. Kunle also prayed for his fans and admonished singles hoping to have the best partner to stay open and be expectant because the new year will bring celebration. Kunle had in April 2023 revealed he was in a serious relationship. He burst into fame after winning the 7th edition of the Golden Ultimate Search in 2010. Famous Afrobeat musician Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, popularly known as Wizkid, has lamented how tough the year 2023 was for him. The singer revealed this on Sunday evening in a post on his Instagram story. He further said he was looking forward to a better 2024. Wizkid's revelation may not be unconnected to his mother's death. Wizkid lost his mother in August 2023 during a tour for his album More Love Less Ego in Europe. The singer described the incident as the deepest pain in his life. And that's it on the entertainment segment of News Now. Okpayemi Owusheni, TV360 News, Lagos.
Finally on sports, Equatorial Guinea is set to play a friendly game with Djibouti in Malabo on January 9th as part of preparations for the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. This will be Equatorial Guinea's 4th appearance at the AFCON after making their debut when they co-hosted with Gabon in 2012. Equatorial Guinea is drawn in Group A with Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Bissau and Nigeria's Super Eagles. They will open their campaign on January 14 against the Eagles. Still on sports, Birmingham City Football Club has sacked manager Wayne Rooney following his failure to meet expectations. The club disclosed this in a statement released on Tuesday and posted on its official website on Tuesday. Rooney, a Manchester United and England all-time scorer, was named as Blues boss back in October, replacing John Eustace. Since then, Rooney won just 2 of his 15 championship matches at the helm, with the club slipping from 6th to 20th in the table. Well, that's it on News Now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.